Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sainsy93, and we are at Qatar tonight for the season finale. Will yours sincerely win the championship? I thought last week he had won it, but he does have to finish tonight. He could still not. He could still win it even if he didn't finish. What I've heard is there is a lot for Kennedy to do to make this happen. He has to get, I think he has to win, and he has to get the fastest lap and possibly pole as well. But again, all yours and Sid needs to do is finish in the points, and he will be your champion. What I've heard. So we have got a total, I think, of 15 drivers at the moment. I'm not sure if we're waiting for anyone, but at the moment we have got 15 drivers. Again, we are on a new racetrack tonight. We are at Qatar. They just raced that on Sunday, and it was a tough race for them all. I don't know if any of you guys watched it. I'm sure you did. I thought it was probably one of the hardest races I've ever seen the drivers do. It was so hot, just like so many, like Ocon throwing up in his helmet, and Sargent had to retire because he felt so ill. God, just imagine how hot that would have been. But again, it'd be an interesting race tonight because some people might not have practiced as much on these tracks. I'm sure everyone here tonight has probably had a practice, but we'll wait and see how it will go. So I know yours sincerely is obviously first in the Tier 2 Championship, and then we've got Kennedy second, and I know Coffee is third in the Williams. Then I'm not too sure because the standing has not been updated, but from the one a few weeks ago, Viva was fourth, and I'm pretty sure that'd be the same because he did quite well last week in Canada. So then you got Mr. Potwash, who I don't think's racing tonight. And then so got Bloomer who in sixth, but again I'm not sure if this is all up to date. But we have got a few drivers from Tier 3 tonight I can see as well. We've got the likes of PVR Widget. Is Doug Tier 3? Jay Francis possibly? Jay Francis obviously is a driver from Season 1. He's been here a very long time. And let's see how the Tier 3 drivers will do fighting with the Tier 2, because you never know. There's some great battles in Tier 3. So, and I think that some of them have got some great pace, so it'd be interesting to see. But tonight we are in Qatar, and it will be a short qualifying followed by a 29 lap race. So we are going to be underway in a few moments' time. Again, good luck everyone, and I can't see anything happening, but good luck to the top two, yours sincerely and Kennedy. I hope you have a great race, and it's great to see you fight all the way to the end. So I'm just going to go through who is racing tonight. So like I said, we have got 15 drivers. I'm just going to sort out the system. I know I can have the tell them thing on for the qualifying, just not for the race. So I have to make sure to disable that. But let's go through. So we have got Kennedy in the Alfa Romeo. We have got Mr. Piggy, who is in the Aston Martin. We got Salty Stevens in the Mercedes. We got Doug in the McLaren. We got PVR Widget in the Haas. UFRL Coffee is in the Williams. Black Panther is in an Alpine. Then you got Hybrid. Haven't seen him for a few weeks. It's nice to see Hybrid back, who is also in the Williams. Again, Hybrid. He can be super quick. So that's actually an interesting one. Again, I think it's because it's a new track. It'll be who had the most amount of practice before tonight. Then in ninth, we've got Viva in the Red Bull. 10th is Pro Beast in the Haas. Jay Francis is in the Red Bull. Bloomer is in the Aston Martin. And then Gandalf is in the McLaren. Goo is in the Alpine. And your championship leader, yours sincerely, is in the AlphaTauri. As yours sincerely says, let's go. He is ready for tonight. He is ready for the last race of the season. Again, we're just going to stick with Kennedy here because actually Black Panther is going to be the first person we watch because he has actually started his flying lap. We have got about 4 drivers out on the course at the moment. But Black Panther is the only one who's actually started, with Gandalf just starting his now. So Black Panther, let's see how he can do. And his sector 1 time is a 27.1. That is the benchmark for the first sector. So it looks quite nice and tidy so far from Black Panther in the Alpine. What will his second sector be? It is a 54.3. As I think the third sector is the quickest one of them all. There's only one corner left before the straight. Let's see how he will do. As full to the floor his foot will go, and his DRS is wide open, and it's going to be a 122.2 for Black Panther. Let's go down to Kennedy as Gandalf comes second with a 122.5. Kennedy down the straight, and what will he do, Kennedy? It's going to be, as the boy is not going to, he does the quickest lap by 0.02 of a second, a 122.215. Oh, that was close between the top two there. He ran out of ERS down the straight. Let's go to Viva. His second sector was a 55.9. But he is, I've just noticed he is doing another outlap. So let's go to, sorry, I'm just trying to find someone who no one is actually, let's stick with Goo. His first sector, he's in the first sector now. What can he do? It's going to be a 27.9. Like I say, Viva did set a time of 124.5, but that was another outlap, so he was not using ERS. We're going to stick with Glue. I'm sorry if I can't say this right, but he's not using the ERS, I've just noticed. So we're going to actually change to, let's go to Bloomer, I think. He's going to run out of ERS before the end, though. That's the thing. As he goes through the final corner, he's just going to run out of ERS. That's the problem. He's going to slow down so much down on this straight. But he is going to get a 123.7. It puts him in P4. Let's go to the championship leader, yours sincerely, as he comes down the final straight, and he's going to produce a 122.6. Puts him P4. That finish line is quite far down that straight. I thought he was about to produce a really good time, and then he actually gets a 122.6. Again, P4, it is good enough for the title, but again, you have got the race still. Let's go down to P3 in the championship. UFRL Coffee. As Coffee's second sector is a 54.1. As Goo has gone into fifth spot with a 123.5. But Coffee is going to get, as Kennedy just set the fastest at 122.0, but then Coffee sets the quickest time, a 121.7. He's the first driver to get into the 121s. A great first flying lap from Coffee. Let's go to Hybrid, has gone P4 with a 122.3. Let's go to let's go down to the back. Down here, let's go to Mr. Piggy, because he's about to cross the start finish line, and he's going to produce it's a 122.9, puts him P7. Let's go down to Sorty Stevens, who, remember, did finish on pole last week in Canada. He has set a purple second sector. He is flying in the Mercedes. What can he do in this last sector? He nearly went wide there, but he does keep it on the track. The last corner coming up now. And Saucy Stevens is going to get a 121.8. It puts him P2. Second driver into the 121s, but he can't beat Coffee, who is a 10th quicker than him. Let's go down to PVR Widget. What can PVR Widget produce? It's down the start finish line. What can he get? It's going to be a 122.9. That's a great lap from PVR Widget. Obviously a tier 3 driver, but he is P9. And only 3/10 off the championship leader of tier 2. So that's a good lap from PVR Widget. Let's go to Black Panther, as I think he is on a flying lap. As Cuckoo Melon says, good luck all. He said, good luck to everyone. Commentator, bless our ears with your voice and knowledge. Oh, I don't know about that, but I will try. Let's get it. Yes, let's go indeed. Black Panther is in sector 3 now. He was quicker, but only by about a 10th. Let's see what he can do in the final sector. Again, these drivers are running out of ERS down this final straight. But Black Panther, he's deploy used, so let's see what he can do. It's going to be a 1:22.0 exactly. It puts him P4. I think he was P4 anyway, so... But he is quicker and he is getting closer to Coffee, but that was a great lap from Coffee. Let's go down to... Gandalf, I don't think is on the lap, so... Let's stay with Glue. As Bloomer and Pro Beast are both retired. Not sure if there was a crash or as Jay Francis is also retired. And the whole track, he's invalidated his lap. So we've got 3 people that have retired. Obviously don't want to get in the way of the tier 2 drivers. Possibly, I think they must have retired into the pits. Let's stick with the championship leader, yours sincerely, who will be hoping for a better lap. He needs to get into the low 122s here, really. Let's see what his sector 2 will be. He's got a car in front of him. Let's hope it doesn't hold him up. I'm sure, as he has a bit of a wobble there. Not sure if that car maybe disrupted him, as he is not quicker. He is setting about the same time. If anything, he's a 10th slower. So will he just come in and forget about this lap, or because he's not going to have any ERS for the next lap? But let's see, because he might have had a bad as he's gone wide, so he will be slower. I can't imagine he will be going quicker than his time now. Let's just double check that. It was about the same time, 1,000th of a second, so he will stay P8. Let's go down to Viva, who's actually 3 temps down on his 10th, 5 temps down. So he won't be doing any better than that at the moment. Let's stay with Doug. Actually, let's just see where Kennedy is. Kennedy is a 2.5 down, so I'm guessing he's going for another outlap. So let's go to Doug. As these drivers finishing now are going to have a lot of... Coffee's going to struggle to get a lap in and come back in and then go out for another lap. As Doug is setting about the same time as he was. As Doug hasn't got any ERS left as well, I've just noticed. So I'm guessing he will be coming in. No, he won't. He does. He nearly crashes into the wall though. So let's go to... Let's stay with the leader because he's about to come through the final corner. Let's see if he can improve on his time and extend the lead. I'm not sure what his first and second sector was, but let's see. Can he do any better than a 121.7? He has! It's a 121.3! He's half a second quicker than the rest of the field. He is smashing this Coffee. Where has his pace come from? I know he's P3 in the championship, but he's half a second quicker than P2. Coffee, that is an outstanding lap. Let's go down to Kennedy, who actually really needs to improve because he needs this race win, if anything, because yours sincerely, he's in trouble. His nerves get into him. As Kennedy is going to come through the final corner, this could be his last lap because I don't think he's going to get in and out again. He's really going to struggle to get in and out. It's going to be a 121.4. He's a 10th slower than Coffee. This is getting very interesting now. He's beat that his previous time by 6 tenths. But can he get in and out? Can he get back round? He's going to have to fly. He's going to literally have to race this like a qualifying lap. Let's go to Gander, who's just started his flying lap. Who is currently in the McLaren, sorry, P5 of 122.3. He is pretty close to his previous time. So let's see what he can do in Sector 2. Again, we've only got 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. As Gandalf has actually had his track limit, so he has abandoned that lap. So let's stick with Hybrid, who is currently in Sector 2. He was quicker in Sector 1. Again, the top 4 will need to come out in the next 10 or so seconds to get a lap in. Black Panther has come out. As Hybrid is going to run out of ERS though. That's the thing. Everyone's running out of ERS before the straight. So Hybrid goes to the start-finish line and he's going to get a 1:22.1. It puts him P5 above Gandalf. Let's go to Glue, who has actually beaten his first sector by about 3/10, so he is flying at the moment. I'm just going to go down to yours sincerely to see where he is on the track. As Kennedy has actually retired from the session, so he will not be setting another lap. So if I was Coffee, I don't think anyone's going to catch him. It's half a second quicker than Salty Stevens. Salty Stevens got to have the lap of his life. We're going to have to stick with yours sincerely, the championship leader. He is 4/10 quicker. So at the moment, he will be going up to about P7. Let's see what he can do in Sector 3. Everyone's getting out of the way. Very good driving from everyone. As he is invalidated. He's invalidated the lap. So he will not start any higher than P9. Glue has gone up to P4 with 1:29.5. Beats his teammate Black Panther, who is currently on a lap. He did get round just before the finish. Because we have now finished. So anyone coming over the line now will not be setting a time. As Black Panther has span it. He has span. So he will not be setting a better time. I don't think he is on the lap. Salty Stevens has gone up to P3, or was he P3? I think he was P3. As Viva has come into the pits. So I don't think anyone else is on a lap. Unless Coffee is on a lap. Let's see if Coffee can get in the 1:20. He is confident. It looks like he is going to set a good time, but what will it be? He is going to get a 1:21.2. He has gone even quicker. 3 flying laps. 3 perfect times. He's gone from P1 to P1 to P1. A 1:21.2. He is 2/10 quicker than Kennedy. Coffee, Qatar is your track. You are on pole. Again, the race is very different. Can he do what he's done in qualifying? Can he complete the double? Can he go from pole and win the race? Because he has got some serious pace here. But again, the shocker is yours sincerely is P9. Again, all he needs is a point. So he just needs to stay out of trouble. But he will not be happy with that in the AlphaTauri. He's been so what's the word? As I don't know if I think this is it. I think there's no more people to come in, but there we go. As Mr. Poem says, parade laps for you, yours sincerely. Pray for my teammate, but lightning needs to strike twice. Word on the street, yours sincerely, wouldn't have won if Kennedy would have raced the first race. Thoughts? Yeah, I didn't know Kennedy didn't race the first race, but again, I think yours sincerely, he had a 26 point lead from tonight, so I think he has just raced really well. So let me just go through the top 3 because I'm not going to have enough time to go through the top 10. We have got UFRL Coffee P1 in the Williams with a 121.2. Kennedy in the Alfa Romeo's P2. And P3 is Salty Stevens in the Mercedes. And the word I was thinking of was consistent. Yours sincerely has been super consistent throughout the whole of Tier 2 the Tier 2 Championship. I've been looking at the standings and he has been very, very consistent. But I will just go through the full grid for you now. So P1, like I said, UFRL Coffee. P2 is Kennedy. P3 is Salty Stevens. P4 is Glue. P5 is Black Panther. Both Alpines, 4th and 5th. Great drive from them. P6 is Hybrid. 7th and 8th in the McLarens. You've got Gandalf and Doug L. P9 is Yours Sincerely. P10 is Mr. Piggy. P11 is PVR Widget. 12th is Viva. 13th is Bloomer. 14th is Pro Beast. And P15 starting the back is J Francis. What I can see so far is a few of them have gone on to the hards and a few are on the medium. So we'll wait and see what will happen at the start of the race. As Velocity, it says, let's get it, Gandalf. Yes, let's hope he can do something from P6. As Viva said, please don't expect me to do much. It's my worst track. Yeah, it wasn't your best qualifying, Viva, but again, if you just stay out of trouble, you have got a great chance because I don't think many people, it seemed like a few people didn't know the track too well. Myself, I have never raced here, so I am brand new to comms here because I haven't even raced the track. So it actually interesting to see what the track was like. Obviously, I've seen it on the telly at the weekend, but I've actually never raced it. So if anyone likes to comment what they think about it, that'd be great to hear. As Viva said, he is not a huge fan, but I'm pretty sure Coffee, he is a big fan of Qatar. Just gonna get myself a quick drink and I'll be back in 2 seconds. I am back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to be underway, I believe, shortly for the Qatar Grand Prix. And we are going to be underway very shortly. 5 lights, and we are go. It is a good start from Coffee, but Salty Stevens has a better start. Salty Stevens is apparently first. I'm not sure what's going on here, because I think there will be a red flag because everyone has gone invisible. Apparently to me, Salty Stevens is first, and he is not. He is third. Again, I am not too sure what is happening here. As everything has actually gone back to normal now. Coffee is P1. Let's just get up the screen. We do not want that, but we can have the lap data up. So Coffee is P1. Kennedy P2. Salty Stevens is P3. Yours sincerely is up 2 places, I believe. Let me just double check that. He's up 2 places, just like Doug. The biggest loser is Gandalf, down to 5 with Mr. Piggy down 4. Again, I'm not too sure what happened at start because everyone was invisible on my screen. But I think everything is sorted now. But the top 5 remain the same. As there's a battle between, I think, there's a 3 wide going into the first corner here. Salty Stevens has lost out 2 positions to both the Alpines. One of them is on the softs, I've just noticed as well. Let me just go for the tyre strategies because I did. Glue is on softs. Kennedy is on the hards. But Glue has gone for a set of softs. But Coffee is not getting away from Kennedy here on the faster of the tyres. But Glue on the softs has gone up to P3. But again, how long will them tyres last? Is he going for a 1-stopper or will he be going for 2 set of mediums? Let me just go to... let's go to position changes. Because now Glue and Black Panther in the Alpines have gone up 1 place each, with Salty Stevens down 2 now. Yours sincerely is up to P6, with 3 places up from where he originally started. As DRS is enabled. Kennedy is in the DRS zone as well on them slower tyres. Coffee has not got away from Kennedy here. Everyone is on a DRS train though. The top 5 are separated by about 3 or 4 seconds. And the top 5 will all have, except for Coffee, will have DRS. I would love to see when Glue starts struggling on them softs. Again, I can't imagine this is a great track to keep your tyres nice and low with the degradation. But who knows? Maybe he's done it before, but he's already got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings that will not help him. 3 laps in and he's already got 3 seconds. That's a bad start for Glue, but again, and Black Panther is right behind him on them set hards. So will Glue just let him past? As Black Panther and Glue are side by side. They won't want to do anything stupid. They are teammates. As Glue lets Black Panther pass for P3. But Coffee has actually got outside of the DRS. As Jay Francis is out. Jay Francis is retired from the session. Will it be a safety car? I believe we have a full safety car. So I'm pretty sure Glue will pit this lap, because I'd be surprised if he didn't, but maybe I'm wrong. But the others, I doubt no one else will pit. I'm not sure what happened to Jay Francis. Jay Francis, if you are listening tonight, if you could just say what happened. But unfortunately, that is the end of the race for Jay Francis. Again, tier 3 driver, so it won't actually matter too much. Oh, sorry everyone. Yeah, Jay Francis unfortunately has retired from the race. Again, I'm not too sure what happened to Jay Francis, but unfortunately his race has finished tonight. So we will go through the position changes once more. Coffee is the leader. He started P1. He is still P1. Behind him, started P2 is Kennedy. As Glue has pitted. Glue is into the pits for Alpine. I reckon he will be on go on to a set of mediums. And I think he'll probably go for a 2 pit stop strategy. So P4, we've got Salty Stevens. P5 is Yours Sincerely. What a start from Yours Sincerely. Started P9, is up to P5 already. 4 place gained. Then P6, he started P6. He is P6. It is hybrid in the Williams. P7 is Doug. 8th will be Widget. As quite a few people have actually pitted. 6 people have pitted. I'm very shocked about that. P8 is PVR Widget. 9th is Glue. 10th is Viva. 11th is Bloomer. 12th is Pro Beast. 13th is Mr. Piggy. And Gandalf is P14. Let's see what the tyres they've. Other than Glue, they've all gone on to, and Gandalf, sorry, they've gone on to mediums. Again, I'm surprised Glue went on for a set of hards. He's going to have to pick twice anyway, so I would have just gone for 2 set of mediums. 12 lap on each. I'm really shocked. He's not going to be able to do 24 lap on a set of hards, so. As the safety car might be in this lap, otherwise there might be another lap. But we will wait and see. We are getting close to the end. And there's about 3 cars to catch up. But they're not too far behind. So let's hope that racing will happen this lap. Again, there's only 3 cars behind. Let's see if the safety car will be in this lap. No, it will not. I don't think it will. No. So we will be going around another lap on the safety car. Again, if you are listening tonight, who do you think is going to win? Do you think Coffee will make it his first win in Tier 2? I've heard, as Mr. Poem said, he has got quite a few pole positions in qualifying, but he's never accomplished a race win. Can he do it tonight? Do you think Coffee will be able to win? Or do you think Kennedy will win in the Alfa Romeo? Or do you think someone like Yours Sincerely or Black Panther will win? Please let me know in the comments. So the safety car will be in this lap. I'm pretty sure of it. So Again, I'm not too sure what happened at the start of that race. Again, on my screen, the top lot were invisible. It said Salty Stevens was first, even though he was third. So I have no clue what happened, but luckily everything did seem to sort itself out. I haven't seen anything Discord to say that anyone had major problems, so... Again, as the safety car is in this lap. Let's see when Coffee will go. As he will back the pack up for wait for the safety car to go into the pits. The safety car is into the pits now. So when will Coffee go? Again, it is a very long straight. So I think he will wait till quite late to go. Everyone needs to be careful around this final corner. You don't want to get any front wing damage. But I think he has gone. Coffee has gone, but he's gone at the wrong time. And Kennedy and Black Panther, he's in big trouble here to lose 2 positions. He has lost a position to Kennedy. Will they find that first corner? They have, and Coffee has kept the position. Coffee, great defending there. Again, Kennedy has gone on the outside, but Coffee does defend, but Kennedy has gone back into the inside. And Black Panther is watching this unfold back in P3. The top 3 are separated by about 4 tenths. As Coffee's got a tiny bit of breathing room, but nothing too much. The top 3 really close. Again, I can't believe Coffee is still in P1. He had a really bad start. Kennedy really did that well at the restart. He knew when Coffee was going to go, and he kept on the back of him. It was good driving, but again, really safe driving, nice driving from everyone. Again, let's see what Coffee can do. Again, them hard tyres will be getting better and better. Again, the hards will... I thought the hards might be a bit hard to get back up to temperature. Again, the track is pretty warm, so... As yours sincerely is right on the back of Salty Stevens now. Will he have a go down into turn 1? He does, he goes in the inside. Salty Stevens does leave room. They're side by side still going into turn 2. As yours sincerely does have to back out, and he's got Hybrid right on the back now. Again, it's not a nice place for yours sincerely to be. All he needs is a point. But he's right in the middle. He's fifth in the race, and it's quite there's quite a lot of people around him. But again, he does keep P5. Let's go to Black Panther, who's 2 tenths behind Kennedy now. As Black Panther does nearly crashes into the back of Kennedy. That was really close. He had to pull out of that, but he does avoid touching the back of Kennedy. Again, Coffee is now 9 tenths, about 8-9 tenths ahead of Kennedy. Again, Coffee will have to pit before Kennedy, but when will that be? Let's go back down to your championship leader, yours sincerely. Glue has picked up another 3-second penalty, and Mr. Piggy has got a 3-second penalty with Doug pitting. We have 3 people with time penalties now, which are Mr. Piggy, PVR Widget, and Glue. This is the closest battle at the moment, and he is your championship leader. So we will stick with this at the moment. As Glue has got Hybrid. Hybrid has spun. Hybrid has spun. So Hybrid is now at the back. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone touched him. I was only watching yours sincerely with Salty Stevens, so I'm not sure what happened there. Glue is right on the back of yours sincerely. On the fresher tyre. Is yours sincerely going to fight it? He does. Glue has to back out of it. Let's stick with Glue at the moment because they're going to go down the start-finish line here. And they all will have DRS. But who has the quicker car down the straight? Glue has a seriously quick car down the straight. Can he get 2 positions down in one corner? He might do. As yours sincerely has lost out in a position to Glue. Let's go to Coffee. Oh, I missed. Sorry, I'm really sorry, but I missed Kennedy. Kennedy is now P1. Coffee has lost out to Kennedy here. So I was too busy watching yours sincerely and Glue that I missed the actual front battle. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen, for that. But Kennedy is now P1. How are them medium tyres for Coffee? Because he is struggling because Black Panther is actually right behind him now. He could lose 2 positions here. He seems a bit laggy as well. His car seems a bit... So does Black Panther's actually. I think there's a massive lag situation here because Black Panther is now P1. Kennedy, as everyone has, leaving the session unless that is my screen. A few people have left the session. I'm not too sure what's happened here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make sure it's not me. I will be leaving the session just 2 seconds and I will be joining back because I'm not sure if it's me with the problem. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we did have to red flag the race. Unfortunately, there was connection issues, but Mr. Poem and the team are on it. They will be sorting out the grid for a um, restart. Uh, Black Panther is in. Sorry, I had to go away for 2 seconds. Melon, we are back. Sorry, I did have to pause it just for the moment while I was sorting out a few things. But we are back. Again, we are sorting out the lobby now. Mr. Poem and the team are sorting out the grid, so we will be going shortly, I believe. We are waiting for one other driver. But again, they might have just left the session now. But again, well, let's hope everyone does race. It looks like it is. Uh, as we are waiting for Pro Beast, apparently. Yes, it is Pro Beast we are waiting for. So let's see what will happen there. But I'm sure we will be away shortly. Again, the qualifying results will stay the same. And just to let everyone know, you must all start on the same tyre that you started on the previous track. So please do make sure you go onto the same one, as the stewards will be checking. Just to confirm with everyone, as Mr. Poem says, you must all start on the same tyres. This will be checked. So please, if you are listening, make sure you do choose the same tyre. So VTLX, what happens now? Do we restart from the last known positions? So no, as Merckx has said, the positions will go back to the qualifying results. So Coffee will be P1, Kennedy will be P2, Salty Stevens will be P3, and so on. So unfortunately for the people that actually had a great start, they will not be keeping them positions. But again, the lobby unfortunately had a bit of a problem, so we will be going forward very soon, as Mr. Poem is telling people to ready up. So if you are listening, please ready up, as we are ready to go. As Viva, I was doing all right, to be fair. Yeah, I think you're Was it P10 and you already pitted? So yeah, you were doing pretty well. Um, yeah, now you're back to where you were, which is a shame. But again, let's hope for another great race. Again, we will be just doing the race now. We have already done qualifying. They have been saved. Make sure everyone doesn't ready up because everyone do need to do their setups. So please do not ready up, otherwise the team will get mad. They will tell you when to ready up. Viva saying against tier 3 runners, but yeah, but tier 3 they can have some great pace. And again, like you said, started P12, got to P6, 7 on the better tyres. Yeah, I'm guessing you probably would have gone for another set of mediums maybe at the end, and then yeah, so you just have to wait and see. But again, I think it was a good shout from you going in when the safety car came out, because you came out on the better tyres. Um, again, you could have another safety car. Let's see what happens. But again, if everyone just does their setups, and then we'll be underway shortly. Again, I think we have 14 drivers. I think Pro Beast did not join, if I'm correct, but I wasn't too sure about the whole situation. But we will wait and see. I'm sure we will be going very soon. Thank you for your patience. It does take a while for the stewards and the team to get the positions back to where they were. And obviously the drivers do need to choose their setups, sort out their fuel, and please, if you were away, just make sure that you do choose the same tyre as you were on at the start of the previous race, because the team will be checking on that. As Viva is thumbs up, so I'm guessing we will be going away very, very shortly. As we are going to be lights 5 lights, and we are underway. But Coffee has not moved. Coffee's not moving. Coffee is down in P. Is last. Coffee has not started. He's gone right to the back. Kennedy is P1 now with Salty Stevens P2 and Glue is P3. Coffee, he just didn't go. I'm not sure what happened there. He'll be fuming. He's now right at the back and 2 seconds behind behind 30 Jay Francis. Let's go to the tyre strategy. Again, everyone, well done everyone. It does look like you're on the same tyres. So let's wait and see. But again, Kennedy is now P1. Coffee, unfortunately, down in P14. I'm not sure if he was at his wheel or his controller, because he didn't even look like he was going. As Doug has left the session. I'm not sure if anyone has seen that. If you could try and find Doug and invite him back, because Doug is currently not racing. Yours Sincerely has actually gone down places this time. He's down in P10. So position changes. He is down 1 position. Coffee is now down 11. He has taken 2 positions. But again, Kennedy, he's doing it. He's P1 at the moment. But Coffee will be fuming as Jug has rejoined the session. So let's hope he can get back in his car before any trouble happens. But the top 5, they're separated by about a second, it looks like. Kennedy, he's got a bit of a train. But Salty Stevens nearly crashes into the back of Kennedy. He's going to lose a position to Glue. Glue is now up to P2. They are fighting side by side, but Glue has got P2. Salty Stevens he just outbroke himself and he nearly crashed into the back of Kennedy. As Hybrid has taken P4 from Black Panther. Glue is now up 2 positions. Coffee is moving his way up. He's now P8. As Yours Sincerely is down to P11. He's not had a great start. He's now back up to P10. Gandalf is down into P30. I'm guessing he had a spin somewhere. But again, if Glue can just keep this close behind Kennedy, he will get him when DRS is enabled, which is now. Glue has just set a 125.7. He is flying on them set of softs. The top 3 separated by about 7 tenths. Hybrid is losing the pair by, not by much, about 8 tenths. He's behind Salty Stevens, and then Black Panther is 1.1 seconds. As Yours Sincerely and Gandalf have both pitted. So did Yours Sincerely have damage? Yours Sincerely, this is not a great start for his race. Coffee is now up to P7. He has a great 2 laps from his disaster start. Making his way up to P7, and he's only about 3-4 seconds behind 5th. So he's getting closer. But again, let's stick with the top, because Glue, he can have a great chance down the straight here to take Kennedy. With DRS, I saw how quick his car was in the previous race. So let's wait and see. Let me just sort out. I can't have that, but I will put that up. And I will get rid of that for the time being. Sorry, I was too busy watching the race as Glue has taken Kennedy for P1. Black Panther is also making his way because he just set the fastest lap. Glue is up 3 positions, but Kennedy, he's fought back and he is back into P1. Let me go to the tyre situation. So first, third and fifth are on the hards, and second is on softs and fourth is on mediums. Yours sincerely has gone for a set of hards, and Gandalf for a set of mediums who have just pitted. So they are 27 seconds behind the rest of the field. They will need a safety car of some sort at some point in this race. But Glue is still right behind Kennedy here. With Salty, the top five are separated by about a second again. They all kind of dispersed a bit, and now they're right behind each other again. As Tijani 036 says, yours sincerely, 1000 IQ strat. Take the 1 point he needs at the back. Stay out of trouble. Yeah, it's a risk though, isn't it? It's really a risk. If you don't get that 1 point, again, as Kennedy and Glue are actually still fighting for the position for P1. Kennedy has got it still. He is still in P1. As Glue's tyres must be really struggling now. As Salty Stevens, as Glue has actually lost out in about 3 or 4 positions. But he does take it back into P3. Salty Stevens now up to P2. Them softs already struggling, I think. As Hybrid is fighting tooth and nail to get into P3. And Black Panther just watching behind. Coffee, as there is, Hybrid has span. Hybrid has span. I'm not sure what happened there, but Hybrid has spun and is down in P8 now. Coffee will be looking to get up to P5 now, right on the back of Mr. Piggy, wanting to redeem himself from that really poor start. As Coffee, as they're side by side, Mr. Piggy is not letting this one go, and Mr. Piggy will stay in front. They nearly touch. Coffee needs to get past here. They're side by side. They're fighting tooth and nail. As Mr. Piggy picks up a 3-second penalty, they're going to touch. They're side by side still. Who's going to break later? Coffee does take the position. He is up to P4. As Black Panther has actually had to pit, so he obviously got damage with his contact with Hybrid, I believe. Salty Stevens 4 tenths behind Kennedy. Glue has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Tajani said, but he will get a 1 point if he just finishes the race. Yeah, that's a very good point. Do you think he's just going to stay 14th and just cruise around and get overtaken? Because it wasn't like that in the first race. I'm not sure if he got damage or something, because he was still fighting in that first race. But again, like you said, he is probably just thinking, what am I doing? I just need 1 point to win the title. I think you're probably right there. As the top 3 are separated by about 6 tenths, I should say. With Coffee about 5 seconds behind this pair now. Again, not a bad 6 or 7 laps from Coffee there. He was P14 at one point, now back up to P2. As Salty Stevens looks like he's going a bit slow here. He has lost a bit of ground to Kennedy. As Hybrid and Gandalf both pick up 3-second time penalties. We've got 4 drivers now who have actually got time penalties. So let's go down to Glue, who's actually going to fight with Salty Stevens here for P2. This is the closest battle at the moment. Again, what Coffee will want is these three to start fighting so he can close the gap. Because again, he is 5.3 seconds behind the lot. Hybrid has taken Widget for P7. They are fighting into this first corners, but Hybrid does take the position and is up to P7. Glue will be pitting soon from them soft because they must really be struggling now as Black Panther sets a new fastest level 124.7. And there is yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Mr. Piggy and Coffee. Coffee has had a problem and he's back down in P5 behind Mr. Piggy. With Doug right behind him now. I'm not sure what happened there. He must have gone wide because there was yellow flags and now he is behind Mr. Piggy. As Glue has picked up another 3-second time penalty. I will just double check them time penalties because I think that is 6 seconds now for him. It is, so Glue has 6 seconds. Mr. Piggy, Hybrid and Gandalf both all have 3. But we will stick with tyre situations at the moment because I think they will be changing very soon. Coffee will get back up to P4 though. He does take Mr. Piggy into the first corner. As we are on lap 9 and we still have 14 drivers. But let's go to Doug, who's actually right behind now Mr. Piggy for P5. Doug on them set hard, so they will be coming to their own now and will probably be the quicker of the tyre. Kennedy now has a 1.8 second lead over Salty Stevens. As Glue is about to lose DRS to Salty Stevens, and I think he will be pitting in the next lap or so. But Glue does stay out for another lap. Let's see if Doug is able to take Mr. Piggy out into the finish line and into turn 1. DRS is open. And will he go for it? He does. And that will be as a nearly touch. But Doug does take the position into P5. Mr. P did have to pull out there a tiny bit, but again, no contact. Doug now up to P5 in the McLaren. Let's go to El Bloomer, who is battling with PVR Widget down in P8 and 9. Sorry, let's go to Hybrid, who's actually right behind Piggy. Piggy's obviously had a problem, or Hybrid is seriously quick, because Hybrid is now only 3/10 behind Mr. Piggy. As Hybrid is literally pushing. He's pushing Mr. Piggy along here down the straight. Both have DRS though. That is the thing. They both have DRS. So it's not going to be easy for Hybrid. Who's going to brake later? Hybrid does brake later. But Mr. Piggy does have the better line and he will keep the position. Hybrid still behind Mr. Piggy. But here's a great chance. Will he be able to go for the inside line? He does. Can he brake later? No, he does. He pulls out. Probably quite sensible, really. As they touch. And they touch again. Oh, hybrid. It was very aggressive. And he has come out the worst virtual safety car. As Glue has actually pitted onto the set of hards. So we have a virtual safety car. Will any of the medium race drivers come in? If you're close to the pit stop, it would be a good time. Can Coffee get round to the pit stop before this happens? Because everyone is on a delta. Again, let's go to your championship leader. Yours sincerely, P14. Nice and easy. I think someone's probably told something in his ear when that first race got red flagged, because he is playing it very sensible right now. As Coffee, Doug and Mr. Piggy are all pitting. PVR Widget is also pitting. L Bloom is pitting. Hybrid is pitting. Everyone is pitting in the virtual safety car. Coffee is going on to a set of hards. The top two did not pit though. And I think who's going ahead? Glue, I think, is about to take all the positions back. It's worked out really well for Coffee though, because not only is he really close to Glue now, he's actually ahead of Black Panther. As race is back underway. So the top three are Kennedy, Salty Stevens and Jay Francis did not pit. So he will have a few drivers right on the back of him. As Doug went on to a set of softs, surprisingly. Although he was on a set of hards, but again, I'm not sure the soft's the right idea. Glue only had about four laps of really good pace, and then he really did struggle. Again, he won't be disappointed. He's P4, still got a great chance for the top three. But these 4th, 5th and 6th will be catching Jay Francis seriously quick here. And it's only a matter of time before, unfortunately, Jay Francis does get overtaken by the three. Again, this isn't Jay Francis's fight. His fight will be for the likes of PVR Widget and El Bloomer. And yeah, down for the P9, P10. But let's stick with Glue, who's actually about 7 tenths now behind Jay Francis. Again, you need to be sensible here. You're on the fresher tyres, but this isn't the place to overtake. You don't want to ruin someone's race because you're on the fresher tyre. You're going to have to wait. You have to be patient here. As Glue is really trying to get past him. He's gone the long way outside. Will he be able to do the switch? Glue still behind Jay Francis here. The other two are catching up as well. As Glue goes wide. He didn't wait his turn and now he's lost the position. And Coffee is now up to P3. He's taking not only Jay Francis, but he's taking Glue. And I think Glue might be out. He's going to take Jay Francis, but he has lost out big to Sergeant Coffee. Sergeant Coffee now up to P3. Again, the top two need to pit soon. They're 27 seconds ahead of this group, but their time will be going. They need about 24, 25 seconds, I reckon, what I saw of Coffee's pit stop. So they will need to pit very soon. Again, 13 lap on the hards. They're probably trying to do about 15 laps and then probably 14 or 13 laps on the mediums. Let's see if they are able to hold this pace. Blue, though, 6 tenths behind Coffee. Jay Francis is now down into P7. Salty Stevens has got a 3-second time penalty. That will not help. He's 3.2 seconds behind Kennedy. But that is a big, big penalty. Because Coffee does not have a penalty at the moment. But there's only 3 people left who started on the same tyre, and that is Kennedy, Salty Stevens, and Jay Francis. Again, I'll be very surprised if anyone wins other than Kennedy here. It'd have been a great battle between Coffee and Kennedy, I reckon, if Coffee didn't have his poor start. I'm not too sure what happened there. I really do feel bad for him because his car just did not move. As 3rd, 4th and 5th are separated by about 1.4 seconds. But Glue's picked up another 3-second time. He's now up to 9 seconds, I believe. I will double check that for everyone. Yes, it is 9 seconds. So he is in serious trouble now. Not only to try and finish 4th, but he's in the likes of 5th and 6th and possibly even 7th. As Coffee is 24 seconds now behind Salty Stevens. So he's about 27 seconds. A PVR widget now picks up a 3-second time penalty. As the top 2 still don't pit. They're going to have to be into the pit this lap, surely. As they're actually catching to the back of the likes of Gandalf now, I can see. But they are obviously do need to pit. So as Mr. Piggy now picks up a 3-second time, and I think that's him up to 6 seconds. We have 6 drivers with time penalties now, which will affect the end of this race. I can tell you that. Especially if there's a late safety car, this could all change seriously quick. As Glue is 4 tenths behind Coffee. Black Panther will pit soon, I reckon, as well for another set of mediums. He's on 10 lap mediums now. As the top 2 still don't pit. I'm pretty surprised about that. Are they trying to go for a set of softs at the end? Because there's only 12 laps now remaining of this race. As there is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Black Panther has spun. As Glue picks up a 3-second time penalty again. He's now up to 12 seconds as Hybrid picks up a 3-second. Black Panther does pit. So what tyre will he go on? Will he go for another set of mediums? As Doug is now up to P5, but 5 seconds behind this group. As Viva is now up to P10, taking Black Panther in the pits, and he is on a now set of new mediums. I tell you something, this could be some great race for a PVR widget at this rate. He's now up to P7. as Salty Stevens pits from P2, but Kennedy has stayed out. He has stayed out on his set of hards. So is he trying to go for a set of softs? Maybe go for a fastest lap? Who has got the fastest lap at the moment? It is Black Panther with a 124.7. So there is Salty Stevens has come out and P4. He's 3 seconds behind this group. I think Kennedy will come out at this rate behind these two. It'll be really close. But again, Salty Stevens is going to be seriously quick on their new set of mediums. As Vision Motorsport F1 says, come on Glue, send it. Again, unfortunately for Glue though, if he does send it, he still has 12 seconds worth of penalties. So he is in some serious trouble here. But again, he's only 1.5 seconds as Kennedy has pitted from the lead. Will he come out in P1 or will he go behind this lot? Kennedy has come out in P2. He is in between Coffee and Glue. And guess who is P1 again? It is Coffee. Coffee is back to where he was at the start of the race. Again, I'm not sure if he can be able to keep Kennedy behind for that long because, again, Kennedy is on a new set of mediums, so he will be seriously quick. But let's wait and see what Coffee can do. Black Panther has set a new fastest lap with 123.9. As Glue picks up a 3-second time penalty again. He's really going to struggle. He's going to lose some serious places at the end of this race. As Yours Sincerely has pitted. He's gone to a new set of mediums. As Coffee picks up a 3-second time penalty. That is a huge time penalty there. Now, Kennedy is the only one. And there's Kennedy spun. Kennedy's lost it. He's down in P3 now. Coffee has lost it and he's back down in P4. I'm not sure if he got touched by Kennedy. Don't think he did. I think he just lost it into that corner. I'm not too sure what happened, but Coffee is now in P4. It's a huge mistake for Coffee because I think Salty Stevens has 3-second penalty as well. No, he's 6. Again, this is Kennedy's race. I can't see anyone stopping him. But Coffee's got to try and stay in 3-second window of Salty Stevens to get that P2. And Doug's actually got a really good chance here. I'm not sure what he's still on that set of softs, so he's gonna have to pit again, which is unfortunate for him. Stop-wise, Black Panther and Yours Sincerely are the only people that have stopped twice. The rest have stopped one stop each. So let's go down to PVR Widget, who's actually only 9/10 now behind Mr. Piggy. But can PVR Widget do... Try and work out the maths. Can he do 17 laps on a set of medium? I don't think he can. It's going to be really tough for him. But he has just taken Glue, who's actually somehow is down in P7 now. I've missed that. And he's down in P7, Glue. He's had a shocker of a mistake somewhere. Coffee is now up to P3. But we're going to stay with PVR Widget because this is our closest battle. He's 4/10 behind Mr. Piggy. Glue has picked up a 3-second time penalty. As El Bloomer has pitted for a set of softs, and so has Doug. So Mr. Piggy is up to P4. Widget is up to P5. Coffee could possibly might even pit again for a set of mediums. As Widget, DRS is open. Will he go for the move into turn 1? He does, and he will take it. PVR Widget is P4. Them 6 drivers, 2nd to 7th, all have penalties. So it'll be interesting to see who has the most and who has the least. Coffee is now 3.8 seconds behind Salty Stevens. Let's go to El Bloomer, and there's an incident in sector 1. Glue has spun again, and he is now down in P7. Black Panther picks up a 3-second time penalty as Glue has just crashed on purpose, which is never nice to see, as we have a full safety car now. Again, I'm pretty sure what I saw was him crashing on purpose, but we were waiting to see. Again, he might have just lost it, but what I saw wasn't great. But again, we have a full safety car now, so the grid will be all reformed up as Salty Stevens has come into the pit. So has Sergeant Coffee. And you know who has placed hands to? The likes of Doug, Jay Francis, El Bloomer, Viva, yours sincerely, because they have no penalties. As Kennedy has stayed out on his set of mediums, which I don't think is a bad shout, really. They're going to last 5 laps. There's only about 4 or 5 laps left of this race, so and with everyone with their penalties, them lot, so I think it's a good shout. But once the grid has reformed, I will go through it to see that for the last 4 or 5 laps, because I'm not sure who's going to pit and I'm not sure who's not going to pit. So I think that's everyone coming in now. The only people that might be yours sincerely, but no, they've come through. So no, yours sincerely does pit. So we have got, I can go through it. Kennedy is P1 with 4 lap mediums. Then we have got Salty Stevens. We've got Coffee. We've got PVR Widget. We've got Mr. Piggy. And we've got Hybrid on all new soft tyres. But they all have penalties. El Bloomer, he's P7 and no penalties. Black Panther does have a penalty and he's on a new set of softs. Doug is also on a new set of softs. Viva is also on a new set of softs. Jay Francis is on a new set of softs. Gandalf is on a softs of 3 laps. And yours sincerely is on a new set of softs. But let's go through. The most important thing I think at the moment is the penalties. So Kennedy has 0. Salty Stevens has 6. Coffee has 3. Widget also have 3. Mr. Piggy and Hybrid both have 6. Black Panther has 3 and Gandalf has 3. The people that don't have penalties, L Bloomer in P7. He could finish P2. There is no doubt about it. If L Bloomer stays close to them lot, he'll get P2. He might struggle with Coffee and Widget because they've only got 3 seconds, but we'll wait and see for that. There's a long way to go because Yours Sincerely is not even. I think there'll be another lap after this one. Then we got Doug, who also doesn't have a penalty. Viva, he never has penalties, so not surprised about that. J Francis, no penalties, and Yours Sincerely has no penalties. So again, this is going to change seriously before the end of this race. I think the safety car will be in next lap. I can't imagine it will be in this lap because Yours Sincerely and J Francis are 10 seconds away and Yours Sincerely is 27 seconds away. So it will be the next lap. Again, the more this plays, the more this happens, it helps the likes with no penalties so much. Kennedy must be rubbing his hand. He must be thinking, this has probably been one of the easiest races for him. In a few battles, but hasn't really lost out, has he? Again, the most important thing is Yours Sincerely. He's doing the job, and someone has actually pitted. 2 people are pitted. Gandalf and Viva are pitted. They're obviously going on for a new set of softs. Gandalf picks up a 5-second penalty, which is awful. That's ruined his race. Even what he can do now is 8 seconds. So, as Yours Sincerely comes through the final corner, he'll be ahead of these 2. So Yours Sincerely is now up to P11. Again, the safety car will be in this lap, so we will have about 3 laps of racing. 4 laps of racing, I should say. But everyone is catching up now. As everyone has caught up now, so the safety car will be in this lap and we will be racing once more. Race Control has confirmed the safety car will be in this lap. So Kennedy will start backing up the grid. Again, I think the earlier the better here. I think you should go before that final corner. I know it's a long straight, but just like Coffee, he went too late because then Kennedy knew he had to go at some point really soon. So just stayed right on the back. As there is touch, I think there's some contact at the back. Yeah, Black Panther has got a 5-second penalty with a collision with L Bloomer. As Kennedy has gone. And there is pitting. Someone has pitted at the back. Coffee. Kennedy has gone. And Salty Stevens has actually got really close behind him. As Mr. Piggy has taken... as Hybrid and Mr. Piggy are fighting for P5 and P6. Hybrid does keep the position. The Hybrid picks up a 3-second time penalty for that. He's now up to 9 seconds. Salty Stevens, 2 tenths behind Kennedy. What will Kennedy do? Will he just let him pass? again, he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties here. What he knows is after about 3 laps of them tyres, they will start going off. As Hybrid has spun, I think. He has spun and he is now at the back. And Hybrid has retired from the session. As El Bloomer has stayed P6 with no penalties. Yours sincerely, I think he pitted again, so he is literally staying out the way of everything. He does not want to get in any battles here tonight. The top 3 are separated by 5 tenths. Sorry about that. So, who's going to try and have a go here? Salty Stevens now up to 9 seconds as well. Coffee has set the fastest out of 123.7 now. Kennedy is fighting for P1. Salty Stevens still right behind these. Coffee 2 tenths behind. He really wants that first race win. Viva has taken Jay Francis for P9. Doug right behind El Bloomer there as well. 1 tenth behind him. But the top 3 are separated by 5 tenths. So Salty Stevens 1 tenth behind Kennedy. Kennedy just has 2 cars right in his rear mirror, with PVR Widget actually closing the gap as well. PVR Widget could actually be on for a podium here, and that would be sensational because PVR Widget, I'm pretty sure he is a tier 3 driver. So if he does, that is outstanding. I say an outstanding drive. I will double check this because I'm not sure if I'm just lying about everything, but yeah, PVR Widget is a tier 3 driver. Again, I'm not saying too much because I don't want to ruin his race, and he's actually taken P3. Coffee is now in P4. He must have had a mistake because he's now 2 seconds behind him. What happened there with Coffee? Coffee's had a massive, massive mistake. Bloomer is holding up Doug there as well. P8 because Bloomer is now nearly 3 seconds behind Black Panther. And Salty Stevens does take Kennedy. Salty Stevens now up to P1, but obviously has that 9 seconds worth of penalties, with PVR Widget only 4 tenths behind Kennedy. Again, all Widget needs to do is not gain any more penalties here. I know he will want to get that race win. Someone will want it, but I can't see anyone other than Kennedy because we are on the last lap of the race. As Kennedy wants to win this. He wants to win without getting the penalties. Obviously, he wants to finish first. He wants to cross that line first before the penalties. But again, them on them soft tyres. They're obviously the quicker ones at the moment. Doug is still behind El Bloomer. With Viva. Viva has taken Doug for P8. This is a huge battle as well because these 3 all have no penalties. It's Yours Sincerely post the fastest lap. He's playing games back in P12, but it doesn't matter. Jay Francis picked up a 3-second time penalty. As Kennedy has kind of given up the hope of finishing P1. He's now 1.2 seconds behind. PVR Widget and Coffee are just close to about 2 tenths and a second behind Kennedy. But I'll be really interested to see what this table finishes at the end. So we have got round the final corner. It is going to be a race win for Salty Stevens, but with them penalties, Kennedy is P1 in the Alfa Romeo. P2 for Tier 3 is PVR Widget. P2 Widget. What an outstanding drive. You should be absolutely buzzing with that. P3 is Coffee in the Williams. It's a real big shame what happened to you at the race start. Again, I'm not too sure. We'll have to find out on Discord what happened. P4 is Viva, his least favourite track, and he finishes P4. He must be well happy with that. P5 is Bloomer. 6 is Doug. 7th, your race winner. 7th is Salty Stevens. He lost 6th position with them penalties. As Widget says, so lucky with the safety car. Doesn't matter though. You finished P2. I think others had to pit as well. You got to watch the stream back because some of the people in front of you had old tyres on. The likes of like Coffee was going to struggle to get to the end, I think, on them set of hards, even though they were about 10 lap when that happened. But again, you got to take the luck. You got to take the luck, and you finished P2. So again, absolutely buzzing for Tier 3 because that was an outstanding drive, and I think everyone will agree. So let me just go through the final lineup. So P1, Kennedy in the Alfa Romeo. P2 is Widget. P3, Coffee. P4 is Viva. P5 is Bloomer. P6 is Doug. 7th, Saucy Stevens. 8th is Mr. Piggy. P9 is Black Panther. 10th is Jay Francis. 11th is Gandalf. And P12, his least dominant race. He finishes P12, but he won't care. He gets fastest lap, and more importantly, he's only going to win the race. He's only going to win the Tier 2 championship. Your Tier 2 championship winner, yours sincerely, in the AlphaTauri. He will be absolutely buzzing. He needed 1 point. He got 1 point. Yours sincerely, you are Tier 2 championship winner of UFRL. I was going to say of the world, but your Tier 2 championship of UFRL. Well done. It's been a great season. I know I didn't come in till about the end, but I've been watching the streams whenever I can, and yours sincerely, you've won a hell of a lot of races this season, and it's thoroughly deserved. Again, Kennedy pushed you all the way. I've known Kennedy. I've seen him race last season, and he had some great pace. So you should be buzzing to win the Tier 2. And well done everyone else. But again, yours sincerely, unbelievable. You've won Tier 2 championship. All right. Well done everyone. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to watch the season finale tonight. Again, well done to everyone who raced throughout the season. Well done to Mr. Poem and the team tonight to get that restart done so quickly, because it must be difficult to set up everything like that. And yeah, once again, yours sincerely, congratulations. If you're old enough, have a beer tonight. All right, cheers everyone. Bye. I'm Sadie93. Bye bye.